Jets Nation, we just got some really good Jets news a few days ago. All right, Rick Spielman has been announced as the New York Jets senior advisor. Now, this is really good news for us Jets fans. And if you guys have been watching me here on Jets Media throughout this entire process of the Jets finding a new head coach and finding a new general manager, I have been saying, and a lot of people within the Jets community has been saying the same thing. We need somebody to be the senior advisor, a new football operations man, and he is here. Rick Spielman, welcome to the New York Jets organization. This is a really unique hire by the New York Jets, and we're going to break it all down. Big time shout out to BetUS, as always, for powering Jets media all off season long. Big time shout out to them. Can't wait to get into some Super Bowl bets with you guys in just a bit. I am still in New Orleans. I'm actually about to leave New Orleans right after this show and head to the airport and head back to New York. I'm not going to the actual Super Bowl game. I don't got media credentials for that, unfortunately. But I was able to see a lot of interesting things this week, and I'm going to break it all down when I get back home about all the things I took away from Super Bowl LIX. But let's get deeper into Rick Spielman and what we can expect. Now, if you guys don't know who he is the guy who was hired by Woody Johnson and the New York Jets organization to help spearhead the search for Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji. He was part of the 33rd team. It was Rick Spielman and Mike Tannenbaum to become the two guys to lead the search, and now he is going to have a full-time job with the New York Jets that he announced himself on CBS. And his job, his role, according to him, is he's going to handle the football operations side of things, which is something the Jets have been missing for a long, long time. And I just got to give a quick round of applause to Woody Johnson because, and listen, I can't give him a round of applause yet, I guess, because Jets fans be like, oh, well, you haven't won a thing. Well, it's there to applaud. I don't know. But me personally, I think that Woody Johnson is doing everything he possibly can to fix this organization. He understands, he took accountability himself, and he understood he needs to be a better owner, and this is what it means to be a better owner. Hire people that can do the job, that has high IQ, has a lot of experience. This is somebody that is going to be able to help out Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn, who are both first-timers in their respective roles. He has been in the NFL for a long, long time. Rick Spielman has been a scout, has been a GM for multiple teams, and has a really good eye for talent. He has a really good track record of drafting players as well. And I just feel like if you're a Jets fan, this should give you a sense of comfortability that there's a grown man in this building now that is going to be able to advise everything and be able to have some, insight into the draft, insight into free agency, insight into a culture that they're trying to build. And, you watch One Jets Drive last night. If you didn't, make sure you guys do that. You just really get to see what the shift is with this Jets team. And I feel like some people are a little hesitant to buy in, which I get. I mean, the Jets have not proved that we're able to do anything just yet because we just hired a new coach and a GM, and I know a lot of people were excited when we hired Saleh and all those guys, but the difference here is it feels like there's a shift in a mindset of self-confidence. And I even asked Mekhi Becton myself yesterday. If you guys did not see that clip, definitely go check it out on socials. I got to have a one-on-one interview with Mekhi Becton, and I asked Mekhi, what was the biggest change in culture that you noticed in the Eagles and the Jets? And what he said was really interesting, and it's pretty much makes a lot of sense. He said the Eagles organization, they understand they're good. Like they have a self-confidence in themselves where they know what they need to do, and they know they're going to go out there and execute and win football games. The Jets have lacked that for a long time. And the reason why I bring that up is because I feel like it's going to be back here with Aaron Glenn, because that's what he's about. Aaron Glenn is about instilling belief in these players, in these coaches, in the front office, that they're going to be able to get the job done. And think about it. Aaron Glenn took an absolute bottom feeder defense in Detroit and brought him up to the upper echelon of the NFL. Dan Campbell, I mean, that whole organization was lifted from the ground up to the new heavens of 15 wins, first seed, division titles. Like, that's not easy to do. So I feel like, getting Aaron Glenn in this building is going to change the mindset, change the culture. And when I say change the culture, there's no guarantee that it's going to change it to become, a perennial Super Bowl team, but it's going to change. It's going to shift. Now, the question is it going to shift for the better, or is it going to shift and it's not going to be good enough? We don't know yet. And I just feel like if you're a Jets fan, you should have some force, some type of excitement that there's a new beginning happening. And the fact that Woody Johnson put his ego aside and hired this guy to help worry about the football operations side of things, that's big time. The Jets have had nobody in this organization that's going to be, advising anybody. It was just the head coach, the GM, and the owner. We needed somebody else to be in that realm, and now we got it. Jaime is a big part of it. He's the president of football operations, but now we have the senior advisor, which I think is going to be a big, big help for the New York Jets organization. So, folks, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. I really, really do appreciate you guys big time tuning in. And if you guys have been noticed, I haven't been able to make a lot of Jets content throughout these last week or two because I've been on the road the last 2 weeks in Mobile, Alabama last week covering the Senior Bowl for Roundtable Sports. Right now I'm in New Orleans covering the Super Bowl here for Roundtable Sports. It's been an absolute phenomenal experience, but I'm excited to be back home so I can start to hunker down and start making some awesome Jets content and get deeper into the offseason approach for the New York Jets because there's a lot of exciting things happening for the Jets, and I cannot wait to break it all down and be more interactive and be more consistent with Jets content. I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for Roundtable Sports, so let's get into the chat and see what you guys have to say. Jersey Jet says the thought process was an excellent football move. Thank you. Thank you, Jersey Jet. I appreciate that. Is it a little weird the guy hired to find candidates got a job, not crushing the hire, but it feels off? Not really. I think that, you think about it from this perspective, the Jets were impressed with his approach of hiring people. This is somebody that's just not a guy that helps people hire coaches and GMs. This is a guy that's been in the NFL for decades, former GM, former scout. Like this, don't make it seem like we're hiring somebody that helped us find candidates and that's all he's good for. No, this is a guy that has GM experience that's going to be able to help out Darren Muji in his first time ever being a general manager. Like that's big time. Darren Muji has never been a GM. And now he has someone to lean on who has been a GM for a long, long time in this league. Hennessy, no one knows until we see the product in the field, but I like all the turnover they made in the building. It was much needed. Absolutely facts all across. If you're not in, get out, like Aaron Glenn said. True. If you're not in, get out. Oh, man, I love Aaron Glenn, man. That one Jets Drive episode fired me up. He's such a different breed, man. He's unique. He's a completely different unique. All right? Hey, Henny, relax. I didn't abandon nobody. All right? I ain't abandon nobody. I'm going to lock in, and you're going to see more Jets content you've ever seen. Listen, man, I got media credentials, and I'm trying my best to take advantage of it and cover the NFL from an NFL perspective instead of just the Jets perspective. And let's be honest, if the Jets were in the Super Bowl, I'd be giving you guys the best Jets content in the world. But no, they're not in the Super Bowl. And what I mean by that is I'm at the Super Bowl, and I have access to interview the two Super Bowl teams. Woo! Now that I got Super Bowl credentials, hopefully I can continue having them for a long time. Man, the Jets got to make the Super Bowl because I can literally interview every single player. The way that they, construct the media is really cool here. So speaking of the Super Bowl, I want to get into some prop bets and some betting for the Super Bowl. As you guys know, BetUS is the proud sportsbook sponsor of Jets Media. So if you guys want to use the promo code YouTube150 when you sign up to BetUS, make sure you do just that. On your screen, you see it. You see it on your screen. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do on the Super Bowl on BetUS. Use the code YouTube150 to sign up today to get your 150% bonus, 125% on your next two. All right, so you look at all the markets. You look at game prop bets. There's player prop bets. Who's going to score touchdowns, right? Saquon Barkley is at plus 200 to score 2 touchdowns. I actually like that. I mean, I talked to Saquon. Oh, my God, he is on another level. He is on another level right now. I feel like he's about to go off in this. The first touchdown prop bets is out. Saquon at plus 400 to score the first touchdown of the game. Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy I like at plus 1,000. Maybe a Mahomes rushing touchdown. There's a lot of fun bets here on the BetUS site. You even have early Super Bowl odds for Super Bowl, 60? Chiefs are the favorite next year. Where are the Jets? What are the Jets odds for next season? Oh, man, we're at plus 8,000 to win the Super Bowl next year. I don't recommend anybody putting money on the Jets, but interesting to see that. And it's pretty even on BetUS. You got the Chiefs at -1 and the Eagles at +1, over/under at 48. So interesting stuff over there on BetUS Sportsbook. Don't forget to check them out, folks. The #1 online sportsbook on the face of the planet, baby. And don't forget to hit the like button, man. It's been a journey. It's been a journey here on the channel, and I'm really trying to utilize these Super Bowl credentials as much as I can, and I can't wait to do it, man. I can't wait to do it. It's a career at the end of the day. Even if you want to throw up interviewing these teams, keep growing, Richie. Yeah, man, this is my career I'm talking about. You know, I built a platform on Roundtable where I was fortunate enough to get access to Super Bowl. I mean, I hope you guys don't get mad at me for sacrificing Jets content for 2 weeks for the betterment of my career, because I'm not going anywhere. And I think this is only going to elevate Jets media, in my opinion, too. The experience and the connections that I got in these 2 weeks in the Senior Bowl and the Super Bowl, I mean, oh my God, I can't even put it into words. We do need offensive line. I don't know. We need offensive line, but not the most like we've had in a long, long time, man. All right. Let's build that with depth signings in free agency or in later rounds in the draft. Not in the first round. We don't need an offensive line. Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, that's what you mean. Don't need an offensive line in the first round. Yeah, I'm excited to get into the draft. I may be going to the combine. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm happy about the hire considering he drafted Jay Jettis. I actually saw Justin Jefferson walk by me the other day at Radio Row. I was like, oh, look, that's Justin Jefferson. What up? And then I saw Travis Hunter. I mean, guys, the star power that I've seen this week at the Super Bowl, it's unbelievable. It really is. And I'm trying to remind myself, like, hey, bro, you got to be professional. I'm not a fan right now. You know what I mean? Like, hey, experience as much as you can in life. I'm trying, my friend. Thank you, Lisselle. Appreciate it. Everything you said is 100% facts. Homers are going to homer. Thank you, J-Boy. Appreciate it, man. Hit that like button, folks. There's a lot of change happening with the New York Jets that's been going on. A lot of new coaches, a lot of new front office hires. There's so much going on, and people are blowing up my phone. Richie, you got to cover this. You got to cover this. And I'm like, I can't do everything at once. I'm interviewing Saquon Barkley right now. Give me a break. You know what I mean? Oh, man, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, man. It's been a lot of fun. How about Pete Alonso? Big time. I mean, when I saw that news, Henny, that fired me up. That fired me up. I was going to be very upset if Pete Alonso left. Really, really do. Richie looking hot as a Pats fan. Pause. Thank you, I guess. Congrats, Richie. I've been to 2 Super Bowls. It's awesome, all the people you see and meet. Yeah, and just so you guys know, I'm not going to the game. I'm coming home right after the show. I'm actually leaving to the airport. I don't have access to the game. I'm not going to spend the money on the Super Bowl. I will be going one year, though. I told myself, I'm like, bro, it feels weird. I'm here all week, and I'm not even going to the game. I don't have access to the game free. So if I had to go to the game, I have to buy tickets. But I told myself, man, I may have to go to this game. I may have to go to a Super Bowl game the next time I'm there covering it because it feels weird that I'm not going to be there after, experiencing everything leading up to it, right? Richie, maybe a hot take, but do you think Brees is available for a trade this offseason? I don't really think this is a super hot take. I've been having my eyes on this. I hope it doesn't happen. I think having Brees for this 1 year with Aaron Glenn at least would be beneficial. But I think it's an opportunity. I really do. Not gonna take too much money, man. Yeah, trust me, bro. Expensive is. That's why I'm not going. It's too much money, man. Good Bills fans can stop finally crying. Yeah, congrats, Josh Allen MVP. Haha. Am I just missing the interviews, or where can I find them? So go to Roundtable Sports on X, on Instagram. I've been reposting it on Jets Media as well. I can put the links if you guys want. I mean, I'll just show you real quick if anybody's curious. I mean, I had a sit-down interview with Bryce Huff yesterday. I had a sit-down interview with Mekhi Becton as well. And guys, what here it is. What Bryce Huff told me was hilarious. I asked him about his free agency process, and he's like, "Yeah, to be honest with you, bro, I was just going for the bag. You know what I mean? I went to the highest bidder. That's all I wanted to do," which I thought was really, really interesting. And this is what Mekhi Becton had to say about the biggest difference in culture between the Jets and the Eagles.
No.
From a culture standpoint, what is the biggest change that you've noticed coming from the Jets organization, the Eagles organization?
I would say they're very confident. I would say that the Philly organization is very confident. They know what they're about to do. They know what they're going to do, and they're going to go do it.
Yeah, so that tells you a lot. I mean, some people are like, yo, screw Mekhi Becton. Oh, no. You know that there's Jets fans mad at me for interviewing Mekhi Becton? What do you want me to do? Go up to Mekhi and be like, yeah, Mekhi, curse him out? Like, what do you guys think this is? Like, I actually respect Mekhi personally, but come on, man. So that was interesting to hear from Mekhi Becton's perspective. I also asked Patrick Mahomes a question, which was surreal for me, to be honest, man. I asked him about the mind side of the game. How do you get mentally prepared for these games in the highest pressured moments? So take a listen into what I had to ask Mahomes. Pat, can you explain how exactly you're able to stay mentally locked in during the games, right? Like, do you have any pregame rituals? Because I feel like the mental side of the game, you show on the field, you're poised through all the highest pressure moments.
I think it's just a lot of experience. Like, I just don't make it bigger than what it is. That's a football game, and I know the process I have to go through, and I just go through that process every single time. And so, when you're in those big moments, you can't focus on how big the moment is, how big the pressure is. You just got to focus on the exact moment that you're in. And so that's something that I'm really good at. Just kind of how I'm ignoring Xavier.
Yeah, so that was surreal for me asking Mahomes a question. You guys have no idea how hard it is to get to Mahomes. I mean, there's like 500 people around him. I squeezed in, and I got the last question in. It was cool, really cool. Also interviewed Saquon and a lot of people. Dan Mitchell's in the chat. Yo, get me a hat. Dan, you left too early, bro. I wish you were still here. We went to this NFL shop. Look at this hoodie, too, bro. Look at the hoodie, bro. I don't know if Dan's still in here. I got a Super Bowl hoodie, bro. Come on. Dan left too early, bro, before we went to the Super Bowl shop. You got to get merch when you go to the Super Bowl. Sorry, brother. I'm on my way to the airport now. Otherwise, I would. I wish I had time. But, yeah, I got a Super Bowl hoodie, which is pretty fresh. I almost splurged on a friggin' jacket, but no, it was too much money. All right, guys, I got to go to the airport, though. I gotta head out to the airport. I appreciate you guys big time. Much love to everybody in the chat for supporting me and everything that we're doing at Roundtable Sports. This has been a dream come true. I'm just trying to remind myself where I was, as a kid and where my dreams were as a kid. And the fact that I'm doing this, my childhood self is very proud of me, right? And I am always going to allow that to fuel me. And also the haters fuel me too, man. Trust me, there's a lot of people throughout my process doubting me about I'm not capable of achieving these dreams. I'm not capable of doing what I love. I'm not capable of, paving my own way. There's so many people that, now I'm not even just saying on the internet, but like people in my circle growing up, people from my high school, people from where I came from, my hometown. There's a lot of people that doubted me. Also, a lot of people that supported and loved me, by the way. I'm not saying that I was just only hate. I'm very, very fortunate to have a family and a circle that supports and loves me and keeps me going. But also, the people that doubted me, man, this is what it's about. I mean, I could have easily listened to those guys and said, yeah, they're right. No, I use that as fuel, chip on my shoulder, and this is just the beginning. I'm never satisfied. I'm never satisfied with what I do. And this is just the start of something special. So love you guys so much for all the support here. Congratulations to Rick Spielman for being the senior advisor for the New York Jets. And excited for the Super Bowl. I really, really am. So I will see you guys when I get home. I'm literally on my way to the airport as I end the stream, which I got to go right now. Much love to everybody. Hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate all the love and the support more than you guys know. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this show. Love you all. Peace out.